Far away, in the deep tropical forests of Cameroon, where towering trees rise like pillars into the sky, and thick vines twist between branches like ancient ropes, the jungle lives and breathes like a great, restless creature. During the day, sunlight filters gently through layers of emerald leaves. Parrots flash across the canopy with loud cries. Monkeys leap from branch to branch, scattering leaves and laughter through the trees. Down on the forest floor, tiny insects glitter in the light, while drifting pollen floats like golden dust. Yet the jungle is never truly peaceful. Every rustling leaf might hide a hunter. Every shadow might hide teeth. And when night arrives, the forest becomes something else entirely. The air cools. Mist glides slowly across the ground. Strange eyes begin to glow between the roots. Beneath the tangled roots of an ancient kapok tree so enormous that 10 humans could not wrap their arms around its trunk, there was a hidden burrow. Inside lived a small family of forest rats. They were tiny compared to the enormous jungle around them, but they had something powerful that helped them survive. They had each other, and among them lived the smallest rat of all. Her name was Tilly. Tilly was not the strongest rat in the family. She wasn't the fastest either. Her brother Nibbles could dash across roots like a streak of brown lightning. Her sister Squeak could climb vines higher than any rat their mother had ever seen. But Tilly had a different kind of strength. She watched, she listened, and she noticed things others missed. Her whiskers twitched at the faintest breeze. Her ears caught distant sounds long before they reached the burrow. Still, she often felt small and afraid in the enormous jungle. One warm morning, golden sunlight streamed through the forest canopy, painting the leaves with glowing light. Nibbles bounced excitedly near the burrow entrance. "Tilly," he squeaked, "come see the vines. There's a beetle bigger than my paw." Squeak giggled as she climbed onto a low root, but Tilly stayed close to the burrow entrance, peeking carefully out at the forest floor. Something felt strange. The forest was too quiet. Their mother noticed immediately. Mother Rat was older and wiser than any of them. Her fur carried faint silver marks from many narrow escapes. She gently touched Tilly with her nose. "You hear it too," she said softly. Tilly nodded. "The forest speaks in many ways," Mother continued. "And when the jungle grows quiet, it is usually because something dangerous is near." Just then, a distant bird screamed sharply. The sound echoed through the trees. Then silence returned. Mother Rat's ears twitched. "Stay close today," she warned. But food was needed. So the small family crept cautiously from their burrow and began searching for seeds, fallen fruit, and insects hidden beneath the leaves. For a little while, everything seemed safe. Sunlight shimmered across the ground. Warm wind rustled the trees. The jungle breathed softly. Then suddenly, it stopped breathing. The birds vanished, the insects fell silent. Even the wind disappeared. A cold ripple of fear ran along Tilly's spine. Something was watching them. The tall grass began to move, slowly, not from the wind, from something stepping carefully through it. The glowing golden eyes appeared between the leaves. Then the creature stepped forward. Shadow, the jungle cat. His sleek black fur blended perfectly with the dark forest shadows. His paws touched the ground without making a sound. He was patient, he was silent, and he was very hungry. Well. Shadow purred softly. "What a wonderful surprise." Nibbles froze. Squeak squealed and hid behind their mother. Shadow began circling the tiny family slowly. "You know," he whispered calmly, "rats run beautifully when they are frightened." His whiskers twitched with amusement. "Shall we see?" Suddenly he lunged. The forest exploded into motion. Leaves flew everywhere as the rats scattered. Tilly ran as fast as she could. Behind her, she heard the pounding of shadows. Paws, getting closer, closer, closer. Hot breath brushed the tip of her tail. Her heart pounded like thunder inside her chest. But even while terrified, Tilly forced herself to look around. The jungle floor was full of things. Dry palm leaves, a round fallen fruit, and a hollow log half buried in the mud. Think fast. Shadow leaped again. Tilly kicked a pile of dry leaves high into the air. They burst into a cloud of crackling dust and fragments. Shadow hissed as the leaves filled his eyes. Then Tilly shoved the round fruit down a small slope. It rolled loudly through the forest, bouncing and crashing between roots and stones. Shadow's ears twitched toward the noise. For a moment, he chased it. That moment saved them. Tilly zigzagged through narrow vines where the large cat struggled to follow. Finally, she reached the hollow log. The ground there was slick with moss. Shadow lunged one final time, but his paws slid. The hollow log shifted suddenly beneath his weight. With a furious snarl, the cat tumbled sideways into a thick tangle of creeping vines. They wrapped tightly around his legs. Shadow roared in anger. But by the time he tore himself free, the tiny rats had vanished beneath the massive roots of the kapok tree. Inside their burrow, Nibbles clung tightly to Tilly. "You saved us," he squeaked. But Tilly was still shaking, not from pride, from the terrifying realization of something important. The jungle had noticed them now, and predators never forget prey that escapes. Far away in the forest, Shadow's furious roar echoed through the trees. Days passed, the forest seemed peaceful again, but the jungle rarely stays peaceful for long. One evening, as the sun sank low behind the trees and long shadows stretched across the ground, Tilly heard something strange, a slow rustling sound. It came from the tall grass near the kapok tree. Her whiskers twitched. She turned slowly, and then she saw it. A long green body sliding silently through the shadows. Scales shimmered like polished emeralds. Its head rose slowly above the grass. Two cold eyes watched the tiny rats carefully. The snake was known throughout the forest. His name was Slither, and he was one of the most patient hunters in the jungle. Slither flicked his forked tongue. "Little rats," he hissed softly. The siblings froze. "You smell warm," Slither whispered. "You smell alive." Suddenly, his head shot forward like lightning. The strike was so fast, the air cracked. But Tilly shoved Nibbles aside just in time. The snake's jaws slammed into the dirt where he had been standing. "Run," Tilly squeaked. But Slither's long body coiled quickly around the roots. The path was blocked. "No running," the snake hissed calmly. The siblings trembled. Tilly's mind raced. Then she remembered something their mother once told them. Snakes hate sudden noise and confusion. Tilly grabbed a small stick and slammed it against a rock. Clack, clack, clack. The sharp sound echoed through the forest. Slither jerked his head back in surprise. Tilly dashed wildly through the mud, kicking dirt into the air. "Follow me," she squeaked. The siblings ran behind her. Slither lunged again and again, but the muddy ground made his strike slip. Slither struck and slid. His long body splashed awkwardly into the muddy water. Angry hissing filled the forest. Moments later, the snake vanished into the tall grass again. But before disappearing completely, Slither turned his cold eyes toward Tilly and watched her. After that day, the forest felt different. Even when the sun shone brightly, Tilly sensed danger hiding somewhere beyond the roots. Predators had begun to notice them, and predators rarely give up. Yet Tilly had learned something important. She might be the smallest rat, but she was also the one who listened closest. The one who watched carefully. The one who thought before she ran. And sometimes, in a jungle full of claws and teeth, the sharpest weapon of all is a clever mind.